You know the drill.
I can't wait.
Great. What's the first thing you thought of when you woke up this morning?
Coffee.
In the glamorous yet unforgiving world of Hollywood, success is never guaranteed. For every star who rises, countless others fade into obscurity. But Reese Witherspoon is different. From a small-town girl in the American South to an Academy Award-winning actress and powerful producer, her journey is a tale of resilience and reinvention. She was once typecast as the bubbly blonde in romantic comedies, yet she defied expectations to become one of the most influential women in entertainment. But behind the bright lights and red carpets lies a story of heartbreak, scandal, and a daring comeback that changed Hollywood forever. How did Reese Witherspoon turn setbacks into triumphs and ambition into empire? This is her extraordinary story. Laura Jean Reese Witherspoon was born on March 22, 1976, in New Orleans, Louisiana, but spent most of her childhood in Nashville, Tennessee. Her father, John Draper Witherspoon, served as a military surgeon, while her mother, Mary Elizabeth, was a nursing professor. Reese grew up in a household that valued education, discipline, and Southern tradition. This environment shaped her competitive spirit and her relentless drive to succeed. From an early age, Reese stood out. At just 7 years old, she was cast in a local television commercial for a florist. The experience awakened a love for performance and a fascination with storytelling. Soon, she was reading voraciously, diving into books that fueled her imagination and sharpened her intellect. At Harpeth Hall, an elite all-girls school in Nashville, she excelled academically. Known by classmates as Little Type A, Reese wasn't just ambitious, she was determined to be the best. She studied diligently, earning high grades while also showing talent in drama and literature. Yet, despite her success in school, Reese often felt underestimated. Petite and reserved, she sometimes struggled to fit in with her peers. But rather than discouraging her, these moments pushed her further. She wanted to prove that she was more than appearances, more than expectations. That hunger for recognition would later fuel her rise in Hollywood, where underestimation became her greatest weapon. Reese Witherspoon's professional journey began almost by accident. At just 14 years old, she attended a casting call in Nashville, originally meant to support a friend. Instead, she landed the lead role in The Man in the Moon, 1991. Her performance as a vulnerable teenager experiencing first love captivated critics. The New York Times praised her for displaying extraordinary poise and natural charm. Overnight, Reese was recognized as a promising new face in Hollywood. But her path was not without challenges. While continuing school, she balanced auditions and small roles in television movies like Wildflower, 1991, and Desperate Choices, 1992. She briefly enrolled at Stanford University to study English literature, but the pull of acting was too strong. Hollywood was calling, and she answered. In the late 1990s, Reese built her reputation with daring choices. She starred in Fear, 1996, opposite Mark Wahlberg, showing she could handle darker, edgier material. That same year, her performance in the indie thriller Freeway turned heads for its raw intensity. Soon after, she appeared in Pleasantville, 1998, a satirical drama where she held her own alongside Tobey Maguire. Her breakout moment arrived with Election, 1999. Playing Tracy Flick, an ambitious high school overachiever, Reese gave a performance that was both hilarious and unsettling. Critics hailed her as one of the most gifted actresses of her generation. The role earned her a Golden Globe nomination and cemented her reputation as more than just a teen star. By the end of the decade, Reese Witherspoon had proven her versatility and ambition. She wasn't content with small parts. She was preparing to dominate Hollywood. The dawn of the new millennium catapulted Reese Witherspoon from rising actress to global star. In 2001, she took on a role that would define her career and reshape her public image forever. Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. What many assumed would be a light-hearted comedy became a cultural landmark. Reese transformed Elle from a shallow stereotype into a determined, witty, and intelligent heroine who proved that femininity and ambition could coexist. The film grossed nearly $142 million worldwide, and Elle Woods quickly became a feminist icon. Reese's star power only grew. In 2002, she headlined Sweet Home Alabama, a romantic comedy that further established her as a box office draw, earning over $180 million globally. She had become one of the most bankable actresses in Hollywood, an actress audiences adored and studios trusted. But Reese wanted more than popularity. In 2005, she delivered a career-defining performance in Walk the Line, portraying country singer June Carter Cash alongside Joaquin Phoenix. To embody June, Reese trained for months, learning to sing and play instruments. The result was a tour-de-force performance that was both vulnerable and commanding. Critics raved, and Reese swept awards season, taking home the Academy Award, Golden Globe, BAFTA, and Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Actress. By the mid-2000s, Reese was at the top of the Hollywood hierarchy. She was among the highest-paid actresses, commanding salaries of $15–20 million per film. Magazine covers, fashion campaigns, and red carpet appearances made her a fixture in global pop culture. She was no longer just an actress. She was a symbol of Hollywood success. Yet with every rise comes the risk of a fall. As Reese basked in her triumphs, storm clouds were already gathering on the horizon: personal struggles, box office disappointments, and a looming question. Could she sustain her place at the very top? Success in Hollywood often comes with a price, and for Reese Witherspoon, the years following her Oscar win revealed just how steep that price could be. In 2007, her marriage to fellow actor Ryan Phillippe collapsed. Once celebrated as one of Hollywood's golden couples, their divorce after 7 years of marriage was splashed across tabloids. Reese suddenly found herself a single mother of two, juggling heartbreak with the pressures of maintaining a flawless public image. At the same time, her career faltered. Projects like Rendition, 2007, and Four Christmases, 2008, disappointed both critics and audiences. For an actress who had commanded up to $20 million a film, the failures raised doubts about her long-term bankability. Hollywood executives began to overlook her, pigeonholing her as past her prime, before she had even turned 35. The scrutiny intensified in 2013, when Reese found herself embroiled in an unexpected scandal. After her second husband, talent agent Jim Toth, was arrested for drunk driving in Atlanta, Reese, who was a passenger, confronted the arresting officer. The dashcam footage captured her saying, "Do you know my name?" A line that quickly went viral. Charged with disorderly conduct, Reese was forced to issue a public apology. For someone who had built her brand as the wholesome girl next door, the incident was a devastating blow to her carefully curated image. Beyond the headlines, Reese faced a deeper frustration: Hollywood's lack of strong roles for women. As scripts became scarce, she realized that her career was at risk not because of her talent, but because of the industry's systemic sexism. The woman who once embodied resilience on screen was now forced to summon it in real life. Reese stood at a crossroads: fade quietly from the spotlight, or reinvent herself entirely. She chose the harder path. Reese Witherspoon's greatest comeback didn't arrive through a single role. It came through a vision. Frustrated with the lack of meaningful scripts for women, she decided to create her own opportunities. In 2016, she co-founded Hello Sunshine, a production company dedicated to telling female-driven stories. It was a bold gamble, but one that would alter the trajectory of her career, and Hollywood itself. The results were groundbreaking. Big Little Lies, 2017, produced by Hello Sunshine and starring Reese alongside Nicole Kidman and Shailene Woodley, became a cultural phenomenon. Tackling issues of abuse, friendship, and power, the series won multiple Emmy Awards and proved that audiences were hungry for complex, female-led narratives. Reese had not only reinvented herself as an actress, but also as a producer with authority. Her momentum continued with The Morning Show, 2019, and Little Fires Everywhere, 2020. These series cemented her reputation as both a performer and a businesswoman who understood the industry's shifting landscape. By amplifying women's voices, Reese positioned herself as a leader of Hollywood's transformation during the Me Too era. In 2021, her vision was validated on an even larger scale. Hello Sunshine was sold for nearly $900 million, turning Reese into one of the most powerful female entrepreneurs in entertainment. What began as a response to frustration had blossomed into an empire. Once typecast as a bubbly blonde, Reese Witherspoon had rewritten her narrative, emerging as a symbol of empowerment, reinvention, and creative control. Today, Reese Witherspoon stands as more than just a beloved actress. She is an Oscar winner, a trailblazing producer, and a business mogul who has reshaped the landscape of Hollywood. Her legacy lies not only in the characters she brought to life, Elle Woods, Tracy Flick, June Carter Cash, but also in the opportunities she created for countless women whose stories might otherwise have gone untold. Through Hello Sunshine, Reese proved that women can command power both in front of and behind the camera. She transformed personal setbacks into a blueprint for resilience, showing that failure is not the end, but the foundation for reinvention. Her journey is a testament to ambition, vision, and the courage to defy expectations. Reese Witherspoon didn't just survive Hollywood, she changed it. And her story reminds us all that true success is not measured by fame alone, but by the impact one leaves behind. This was the extraordinary journey of Reese Witherspoon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories of Hollywood's brightest stars.